being actively engaged with your training. Let's read a question and then talk about it. Hey, Ben, I was watching one of the Redneck Lives from a week or so ago, and you mentioned, almost in passing, switching your brain on in dry fire and doing self-assessment. I've been doing dry fire consistently now, 10 minutes a day for a couple months, and seeing actual improvement at the range. This is good. But I feel like I'm often falling into just getting reps. I was wondering if the next time you field questions or something, you could just explore that topic a little more, or maybe I should just buy your books. No need to buy the books. I mean, you can buy them if you want to. But I can just talk about it. Okay, so what I mean by switching your brain on during your dry fire, and this would be something you should also do during your live fire practice, by the way. I think I was just talking dry fire because that's where you see this more frequently in dry fire, where people aren't really engaged with what they're doing. It's very important that you're very critical and assessing every repetition that you do in dry fire. So let's say I'm working on my grip. I'm going to draw the gun and point it at the target, confirm a good sight picture. Then I have to mentally check to make sure that I'm gripping the pistol properly. Or target transitions. Like let's say I want to go from spot to spot, look there, look over here, gun comes over to my vision. Is it pointed properly? Like, did it come to the target and stop right where I want, or did I go past the target and then the sight comes back? Did the gun come over and wiggle? Did the gun come over and then I was focused on the sight, and then I see the target in the background, and then I have to adjust the track of the gun to get to the target? Whatever. I need to be actively mentally engaged with every single repetition, and I have points that I'm actually assessing every single time. And it's like, is it good, not good? Like, what's right or wrong with it? And so on. A lot of times when you see guys doing dry fire, and this is, again, it's especially happens during dry fire, and you can tell when people are talking about it, they're like, hey, I do X time of whatever I do like 15 minutes a day, or like, yeah, I do 100 draws a day, or whatever. You can tell that person's focus is on the volume of repetition rather than on the quality. And I don't even necessarily mean quality like was it good or bad, but just what is happening during each repetition. That's what you need to be paying attention to, and that's how you're actually going to improve. When you get in the mindset that's like, I'm just going to do it a lot and then I'm going to get better. Like, I'm going to shoot 20,000 rounds this year and then I'm going to get better. It's like, well, the way it works is people shoot and train for a while, then they reach a plateau, wherever that is, so maybe some class like A class, M class, if you're doing competitive shooting. Usually you'll see like tactical guys get to, a certain level of proficiency, then you hit a plateau. And in order to improve, like just doing repetitions or just doing it more, that's not going to get it done. You have to engage your brain during your training, assess what's happening, and start actively, mentally changing habits and processes. All right. And until you're doing that, you're not going to improve. You're basically just going through the motions, especially if you're at that plateau, area. Once you're plateaued out, what everyone gets to, you need to really get engaged mentally in order to change those habits. So anyway, that's what I've got for you today. Any questions, comments, you can put them down below.